When I was first getting involved in RPGs, TTRPGs, whatever you want to call it, I was a little confused about what a rollover or a roll under system meant. Now, it is fairly straightforward of what it is, but it's not as clear of what it means for how the game runs. And there are some pretty big differences that are baked into each approach that you may not realize until you're pretty deep into it and then realize, this isn't for me. So I wanted to make this video to explain what they are and then some of the aspects about each one that I like, that I don't like, and give you a heads up on figuring out what those are for you so that you don't have to spend quite as much time as I did trying to figure it out. So let's dive into it. So roll over sounds like a trick you would teach your dog, and roll under, I couldn't think of anything clever to say, but I'm really proud of that roll over joke. But basically, roll over is when you roll your dice, are you looking for a total that is over a certain number? And roll under is a total that is under a certain target number or difficulty number or whatever you want to call it. So on the face of it, it seems like they're just the same thing, but different. But there are some subtle tweaks, and the biggest one is understanding your chances of success. So roll over is more difficult to calculate your chances. So for example, if you were rolling a D20, a 20-sided die, and you needed to meet or beat 10, so 10, 20, that's halfway. So it would be easy to think that you've got a 50% chance of success. Well, weirdly, you have a 55% chance because you count 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So 5 times 11 is 55. So when you're calculating your chances in reference to your target number, you start with that target number and then work up from there. So oftentimes you can skip one or the other because if you go 10 from 20 is 10, 10 times 5% chance, okay, that's a 50% chance. So you're not going to be as accurate and it's not as intuitive as a roll under system, which is most commonly a D100 approach, which is you roll 2 dice, one's the tens place, one is the ones place. Both are 10-sided dice. You roll them, and if your skill is at 45 and you're trying to roll under 45, you know that you have a 45% chance of success because more than that is failure town. So when you're rolling under, it's really straightforward because if you are trying to roll under 10 on a D20, a 9 is success, 10 is failure, 9 times 5 is 45. So that's why it's easier to calculate your chances when you're rolling under. So that's kind of one of the big differences. But it feels weird. I hate it. I hate roll under systems because I want my character to be amazing and to be able to overcome impossible odds. We like counting up 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. We like to count up all through the government indoctrination camp known as school. We are being tested, and the lower number on that test means you are more likely to be a failure in life, right? So you are trained to get the highest number possible. And then if you are lifting weights, the higher the weight, the stronger you are. So there are so many reasons that a roll over system makes sense that a roll under system just feels icky. It just feels icky if you are looking for that overcoming, vanquishing your foes kind of experience. And you're like, I hope I get under 30. It's wrong. But there is a situation that feels correct to me when it's a roll under system. And that is when you're consulting the oracle, or what are the chances of this happening? Because in my mind, is this within the realm of possibility? How likely is this experience to fall within this chance? So when you are asking for the weather or disposition of somebody, or how likely is it that this happens, and you go about a 45% chance, it's way easier to do the math on a D100 roll under system so that you can roll your D100, and then if it comes up 45 or below, you know that, yeah, it happened. Or if you have an 80% chance of success, then that means a 20% chance of failure, so you can roll above a 20. So weirdly, when I'm rolling oracles for myself, I'm typically rolling a D100 and playing with roll over or roll under, depending on how I feel and whether this is a realm of possibility or how likely am I to succeed. So when I'm rolling solo, it's easy to switch between roll over and under from a D100 system. So that might be a little bit in the weeds. And if you have questions about that, let me know what you're wondering about so that I can make a video explaining what I was just talking about if you'd like to know more about that. But that's basically my approach to a roll over or a roll under system, is that roll over is for my character, roll under is for the world of possibility. And there's one last thing that I wanted to touch on, which is, can you convert between the two? And technically it is possible, but it's a huge pain in the butt because everything about a system assumes that you're using everything in the system. And if you take out one part and turn it over, well, then you got to take every other part, turn it over and inside and out for the whole machine to work together. So it might seem like you can just transform it from a roll under to a roll over, but then you are, for example, there's a cyberpunk hack edition, like a black hack cyberpunk edition that I love. It is a roll under system. So you're rolling 3d6, and then whatever that total is, you're rolling under that on a 20-sided chance of success. But all the attributes and the boons and all of that stuff assumes roll under approach. So you will discover a real tangled mess if you try to use a roll under system and transform it into a roll over, or the other way around. So it can be done, but yeah, you're going to have your work cut out for you. So that's just a introduction to what roll under, over means and what it means for your games. So hopefully now when you are looking at different games and trying to make a choice, when they say it's a roll over system, you understand what that means and what it means for how you're going to experience the entire gameplay. So let me know. Do you have that same icky feeling for roll under, or does it not bother you because that's just how you've always played games? I am curious to know how it comes across to you, so let me know in the comments. And if you did make it this far, give it a like, and that way YouTube will know more folks like you might enjoy watching it the whole way through. So that's it for me. Thank you so much for your attention, and I look forward to seeing you at the next one. Roll out.